playing some Super Castlevania.
Castlevania Adventure that was on the Game Boy.
Yeah,
obviously we're emulating
Game Boy.
Game
Just
Boy.
full disclosure.
I want to start.
Game Boy hooked up.
It's the D-pad. Yeah, there you go. You got it. I had this on my Game Boy, and I never stopped playing it. This game's so good. It's like full-blown Castlevania, but on the go.
Can I angle it? Nope.
No, you just gotta jump and...
Time it. There
you go. I always really like the soundtrack in this. Everything about it is awesome. No, it's fine.
Frame rate?
Oh yeah, this was just how slow it was on the Game Boy.
They were different times, see?
I think the one I was thinking of
time.
when I brought it up was Circle of the Moon.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The which?
The Circle of the Moon for Advanced.
Oh, you wanted to play an advanced one?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, this one's good, but I think the one I was thinking of was Circle of the Moon.
Oh yeah, the GBA ones are great.
They're so good. I've been thinking about
that was
for
great.
Halloween just playing a shit ton of Castlevania games.
Yeah, that's kind of like a tradition for me at least.
I might try to get Mednafen running again and replay fucking Rondo.
Mednafen is way better now than it was before.
If you want to watch a really good playthrough and you haven't on the show, go watch fucking Rondo of Blood. It's still, I think, my favorite playthrough.
It's up there for me for sure.
I love that game so much, and being able to do it front to back with everybody was super fun.
Whatever.
That's probably gonna have a whip upgrade, but that's cool.
Is it?
I don't know.
I watched those dudes speedrun Rondo though for AGDQ. It's fucking
it's pretty nutty.
Fuck.
I thought about getting into speedrunning Rondo, but you bypass all the really fun shit. And I'm like, what? I really like that stuff in the video game, and I would just like to do it.
Oh god!
I want a speedrunning category that's just you try to do it pretty quick, but you still kind of play the game you want to. I'm not going for a record here. I'm
timing.
I'm going for fun.
Timing. There. Wee.
Should I hit that spot? I bet there's a handle.
Nope.
No.
Just jump from down there. You can make it.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
There we go.
We were gonna talk about it took so long because we tried to play a different game.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna talk about why Evan's afraid of clowns.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Changing
why.
the subject.
I was growing up. I was I'd seen him on TV. I'd watched it as a kid. Fine, no problem.
Yeah.
And then I was
You're invincible. Go.
14, 13, and my older brother took me to the circus, and he used to sell drugs, so we got really good seats. And so we're second row back, third row back from the floor, and the clowns come out in their little vehicle. They pile out, and they're doing all their shtick, and I'm fine, totally fine. And then one of them was making balloon animals, and he brought one over to a kid 5 seats down from me. And the closer he got, I just started to panic, and I locked up like the kid from The Shining. I was just shaking. And he gave the kid the balloon thing, and he messed with it.
I'm gonna hand off to you.
He waied at everybody.
Handing it off, Bryan?
Yep.
Full-blown fight or flight. And then he went back out on the floor, and I calmed myself down, and I was like, well, that's fucking new. And then we were leaving. This was at the Denver Coliseum. And the Denver Coliseum has the big front doors, and it has a couple side doors. We were going out the front doors, and there were clowns on stilts handing out, flyers for whatever. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't get any closer, so I told my brother, I was like, I'm going to the bathroom, and I snuck out around the side door and ran around the Coliseum to meet him in the front.
Wow.
That was it from that day forward.
That's kind of like an inciting event, just I think you feared for someone else, which is I think most people who have those inciting events are just fearing for themselves, at first.
Yeah, I can't even. Like I said, my whole life I had never had a problem. I'd apparently never seen a clown in person until that point. And to this day, when people like the scary clowns, I'm kind of fine with those.
Right.
It's the ones that try to look normal. Yeah.
Because I was talking because it came out recently, and I was like, the best part about Pennywise is that he is very much a monster pretending to be a clown.
Yeah.
And he's super committed to it.
Isn't he an alien?
Yeah, well, okay, so he's an alien called the Deadlights that are a fucking thing in Stephen King's universe, and it's way dumber than just having a demon clown trying to take the form of a kid's nightmare. But yeah, he has to scare the kids. He calls it seasoning the meat so that they'll taste more delicious when he eats them. He's doing a clown bit. He doesn't have to be a clown at all. He can literally be anything, but he knows that kids are afraid of clowns, and also some aren't. So either way, you either scare a kid or you lure him in. But I love how he's just fucking like super committed to being a clown and just doing clown shit.
Like, I wonder if he's like the weird Deadlights that's just into clown stuff. And all the other guys are like, dude, what?
Fucking.
All his buddies are like,
why is it all clown shit, man? You know what else kids like? Puppies.
You could be a puppy.
Yeah. You could be a puppy and candy.
Or a clown puppy with candy if you really don't want to lose it.
He's the one who keeps throwing in the clown modifiers. Like, I'll be a clown puppy.
No.
A regular puppy is fine.
Have you tried a werewolf? Like a clown werewolf?
No. Man. What are you
How
doing?
would that even work? Is it like a werewolf in a clown costume?
Right.
Like, I'll do it right now. He like turns it over. He's got one ready to go.
oh, I thought I could just...
Last year, I said that I feared nothing. Like, all of my fears were like more cosmic and weird. Like growing old.
Yeah,
and or like being a failure. Nothing like spiders or clowns or heights. And that was... I think that I did not mention, when I was a kid, I was afraid of one specific thing that got me. Which was things coming out of walls.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because when I was a kid, I saw a magician do a trick where he had this big giant wall that was on wheels that he could spin around to show that it was flat.
They're illusions, not tricks.
Hey, Joe. Dial it in. Illusions, Michael. A trick is something a whore does for money. Go, Joe. Oh, okay. But like, he did his illusion where he had a big wall and he could spin it around to show that it was flat, and then he spins it around another time, and then like suddenly faces and hands are trying to press through and like escape, and it's a bunch of them like stacked the way to the top, and they look like they're scared when I'm watching this, and they're trying to like get out of this hell dimension this wizard trapped them in. And that scared the shit out of me. And then the first episode of the reboot that they did for the Twilight Zone, which wasn't super good, was this lady having the same fear, which she would see faces in patterns on the wall and then think that those faces were trying to like get out, and everybody thinks she's crazy. But of course, at the end of the episode, something's trying to like push through. And that also scared me.
Fuck you, Batman.
And for a while, I think I just locked that away, because how oddly specific is that? I just like locked that fear away, and it never came out.
Oh, man.
And then Stranger Things came out, and we were all watching, and there's the part where the fucking Demogorgon tries to push its way through the wall.
Yeah.
And I was watching with it, all of my housemates, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was loving the show. I was doing totally fine, like nothing really scares me, like water or clowns or monsters or anything like that. And then that starts to happen, and my girlfriend at the time looks back, and I'm like white knuckling the couch. I'm like, like it just fucking shot a hand down my throat and pulled up this childhood fear. And it was like, remember this? Remember this fucking thing that you had to deal with? Like, and now that has like subtly been in the back of my head for like since, is like every once in a while I'll have that fear, like I'll see like a face
now jump
in the
the
wall
flagpole.
and it'll fucking spook me a bit.
Guy.
And anytime it fucking happened, in the new Pennywise like lurches through the fucking wall to come out of a projection, and it got me a little bit. It wasn't as bad because he wasn't like pressing through, but when he came through the wall, I was like, oh, okay, like
oh shit.
I took an abnormal psychology class, and there was a girl, like we were talking about phobias, and there was a girl who had trypophobia.
the one with the holes.
Circles?
Yeah.
Groups of holes. Yeah. And that one's crazy because it's such a strange, random fear that's really common.
Yeah.
And
fuck you, guys!
Oh, that was the old Dark Souls, 1 health left, trying to get one more hit greed.
It sure was.
But he ended up doing a hypnotherapy session on her right there in class.
What?
And it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, what?
It was like straight psychological voodoo magic.
That's crazy.
Whip is jump.
I'm doing this. I'm doing a slow burn trick with my friend where I'm trying to convince him that at one point in my life I was hypnotized and then never taken out of it, and there's a word out there that can put me back under. And he doesn't believe me right now, but I'm like, I told all my friends to tell him like, oh, if I like bring it up or if he brings it up just to go along with it, it's a joke I'm planning over months, and I set myself reminders in my phone every couple of weeks to reinforce the joke.
Nice.
Because you can't like do it all at once, otherwise they know it's going to be like...
Right, yeah.
But if I casually bring it up over the course of months, it'll sit somewhere deeper in him.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to try to lead him towards a word, and then I'm going to see him... I can say all this because I know he doesn't watch the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to see him in January and for a con. And I'm going to get someone to say that word at the con, and I'm just going to hit the fucking floor. And just fucking, like, pretend to black out for, like, 2 minutes and see if I can really just fucking get him, like...
What con are you going to?
Anime Los Angeles.
Oh, nice.
Just for... Because I don't see him often, like, in person, because he lives in Portland right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like slowly trying to reinforce this joke. And before the con, I'm gonna tell every friend like, hey, I'm gonna do this fucking hypnotism thing. If I hit the floor, don't worry, I'm okay. I'm definitely gonna do it somewhere where it's not like super in public, so nobody freaks out.
Right.
Like,
You don't want to like send the whole fucking con into
a fucking spin. I'll probably do it in our hotel room, but if I go out, I need you to react like it's fucking crazy.
Right.
But know that I am okay, and I'm warning you all because you're my friends. But I will not tell Spencer this is against him. Like,
Yeah.
and part of me was like, is this a mean thing to do? Like,
absolutely.
But yeah, it's definitely mean. But Spencer's had a real fucking attitude lately, and I'm gonna
had a fucking coming.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I'm gonna bring him down a fucking peg with this because it's pissing me off. Like,
Just gonna take him down a notch.
I'm
No
just
big deal.
like, I'm planning a fucking like 4 months in advance knockdown of a peg. Like, I'm trying to figure out the word I want it to be. I want it to be something that like weird but could happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be obscure enough to where you haven't had it
said. I'm thinking
Right.
of the word primrose.
Primrose.
Because that's not a common word, but you could also make tea out of it, and it has some
it could come up.
It could come up. Like, it's not gonna be something weird like fucking like Triskaidekaphobia or like
sure.
which probably could come up if everybody was like, oh, what's your greatest fear? It's like, oh, I have Triskaidekaphobia, and then just BAM.
You have to take out a table when you do it.
Frame rate
Really
makes me want to
fucking
do a murder. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's Game Boy.
Those were different times. Our eyes were
You don't
not
get it.
adjusted.
You don't get it.
You also didn't have any way of actually seeing this screen unless you were playing like in the sun.
Yeah,
Right.
or you have like that fucking worm light, like
Right.
which I
8
had that
batteries.
I
Had
had
that
that
magnifier
thing
light
for my
thing.
Game Boy Advance where you put it on top,
Yep.
and it was a magnifying glass
Yeah.
to make the
Oh,
screen
yeah.
better, and also a light.
Yep.
God damn, Game Boy Advance accessories were the best.
I still have all that shit too, like the
I took
originals.
a SP screen and put it in my like regular old GBA because
Yeah.
I like the way those feel better.
Yeah.
The SP is too cramped,
Yeah,
and so I have a front lit GBA, which is
I found my
amazingly awesome.
GBA and my SP recently when I was moving, and
It's a real easy mod to do.
Yeah.
You do need a special ribbon cable, but you can get them on like eBay for $5.
my SP still had Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel of the Roses in it.
Whoa.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Not quite.
1650, excellent year.
Yeah.
All right,
I think we're done with this.
I think so.
That episode. That was a great. trip down
Get
memory
Circle
lane.
of get Circle of Moon. We'll do 2
Yeah.
Castlevanias this week.
Okay,
And we'll do
sounds good.
Circle of Moon
Or
for,
Symphony of the
for
Night.
Thursday.
Hey citizens, it's your buddy Hiram here. Thank you as always so much for watching this episode of Castlevania Adventure. This is a game that I had on my Game Boy growing up, and I loved the shit out of it. I would play this game so much. This one and Metroid 2 and what was the Zelda one? It's like where he's like asleep on the island. Shit, what is that one called? Link's Awakening. Those were like my 3 huge games on Game Boy. But nostalgia goggles are real strong with this game, though. It does not play or control or anything like I remember. I remember it being a little bit better than that. It was always bad, but I don't recall it being quite that bad. But again, I think that's just nice, thick nostalgia goggles. So, what's a game that you've ran into that with that was something you loved as a kid, and going back now, you're just there's just no way, can't even be bothered to play it anymore, just because it's so much worse than you thought. Let me know with the comment below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode.